بص كده. If I have the fourth root, so first of all, I wanna recognize the meaning of the fourth root. If I set the fourth root of 16, what is the number when multiplying by itself 4 times? 1 times 1 and 3, 4 times. So 4 times equals 16. What is the number when multiplying by itself 4 times 16? The number will be what? 2. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, 16. Can we find the fourth root of minus 16? What is the number when multiplying by itself 4 times with minus 16? I'm asking you now. What is the number when multiplying by itself 4 times we get minus 16? Equals what? There is no number. There is no number multiplying by itself 4 times leads to get minus 16 because
minus.
it's minus negative 16. We don't have a number when multiplying by itself 4 times we get minus 16. Okay. So in this case, I want to find the fourth root of this expression. So this expression must be positive and 0. We couldn't find the fourth root of a negative value. We couldn't find the fourth root of a negative value. So the square root, the fourth root, the sixth root, the eighth root, all roots with even like 2, this is the square root 2, 4, 6, 8. All even roots, we can find the positive and 0 only. Okay, we can find the positive and 0. We couldn't find the negative. So 3x plus 15, 3x plus 15 must be greater than or equal to 0. Must be greater than or equal to 0. Do you with me, all of you?
تمام.
So we'll move 15 to the next side. So 3x greater than or equals minus 15. Then divided by 3, divided by 3. Then x greater than or equal minus 5. So in this case, we can find the domain. The domain is minus 5 to positive infinity. Did you get it? The domain is minus 5 and positive infinity. Find the domain of f of x equals the fourth root of x squared plus 4. Try it now. Try it now. When you know the answer, raise your hand. I'm asking about the domain. What is the domain? I'm asking about the domain. No one? Yusuf?
أنا مش عارف طبعا.
Yusuf,
هي
what is the
هتكون-
domain, Yusuf? What is the domain in this case?
هتبقى negative 2 infinity.
Negative 2 and infinity. Yusuf, just ignore what is written inside. Ignore what is written under the fourth root. And what are the values you need under the fourth root? We need positive values. And we can find 0 values. Okay? We can find the fourth root for any positive value, and we can find the fourth root for 0. Okay? So we will put x squared plus 4 greater than or equal to 0, because we need the positive and we need 0 only. Simply, we can find the fourth root of any positive value, and we can find the fourth root of 0. Okay? How can we solve like this kind of inequalities? First of all, you will put x squared plus 4 equals 0. This inequality. We'll put x to the power of 2 plus 4 equals 0. And we will find the zeros of the inequality. But this inequality has no zeros. This equation cannot be factorized. We couldn't factorize it. And x squared plus 4 is always positive. And if you want to check it, take any value instead of x squared. It's x squared plus 4. You know, if you took any value of x, like x equals 3, 3 to the power of 2 equals 9. 3 to the power of 2, 9. If you took negative 3, negative 3 to the power of 2 is 9. If you took 5, 5 to the power of 2 is 25. If you took negative 5, negative 5 to the power of 2 is 25. If you took 0, 0 to the power of 2 is 0. So x squared plus 4 is always, this expression is always positive, is always positive. Are you with me? So what are the values you can find? We can find all for any value. You can find any x. We don't have any restrictions. We can find any value of x. So in this case, what is the domain? The domain is R. Why R? Because we can find any value. Okay. So what is the domain in this case? Domain is going to be R. Did you get it? All of you? The domain again means what are the values we can find? Did you get it? Do you have any questions? Now try to find the domain of this one. F of x equals the fourth root of x squared minus 4. Find the domain of this one. And raise a hand if you know the answer. Raise your hand. Find the domain.
بص يا مستر ثانية بس.
So what did I say? If I want to find the domain, so we will determine the sign of this expression. We will put x squared minus 4 equals 0. Then we will factorize x plus 2 and x minus 2. And the next, it will be x plus 2 equals 0. So x equals minus 2. And this one, x minus 2 equals 0. So x equals 2.
مستر
Muhammad Atif, what do you want to say?
هي تقريبا الإجابة مش تبقى كده اللي هي close to positive infinity، هتبقى
Yes,
إجابة مختلفة غير دي
it will be
اللي
what?
هي تقريبا ثانية بس.
Okay, take your time. X is negative 2 and x equals 2. On the number line, we will write negative 2 and 2. Negative 2 makes the function equals 0. And 2 makes the function equals 0. So what are the numbers greater than 2? Just take a number greater than 2, like 100.
100.
Okay, 100, any number greater than 2. So 100 to the power of 2, 10,000 minus 4. So the sign of the function in this case will be positive. And take a number less than negative 2 on the left. Okay. -2 because the number line in this direction -2, -3, -4, -5, like -100. And insert it in the function.
ما
Negative
هتبقى
100 squared minus
بوزيتيف
4,
برضه.
which will be positive.
في النص بقى نيجاتيف.
And take a value between -2 and 2 like 1. And if you tried 1 to the power of 2 minus 4, it will be negative. Okay. Now check it out. Check the values you want. You want what? You want the positive and you want the 0. You want positive and 0. Okay. Just take true on positive and 0. We can take all values here.
أو ممكن أقول R minus open -2 open 2 أو open 2 negative open -2.
Okay, that's right. And this one is 0 and we need 0. We can find the value of 0. And this one is 0. We can find the value of 0 and we can find the value of all positive. As you see, I take true all the number line along with the number line. Okay. Except what? Except after -2 and less than 2. We couldn't take them in the domain because it's negative values. They are negative values. So we couldn't take the values between -2 and 2. Do you know why? Because these values makes the expression negative, makes the expression negative, the value of the expression. So what is the domain in this case? The domain is going to be our difference, because we have taken all the number line. We took all the number line. So our difference what? -2 opened and 2 opened. Did you get it? I want to find the domain of this function, and I have the function written as 1 over square root of 9 minus x squared. Let's analyze it. If I have numerator, I don't care about it, and I have down a square root. A square root of any stuff, any value. I don't care about square root of any expression, because this square root is written in the denominator. So what is written under the square root must be positive. Must be positive. So we will check now 9 minus x squared. We will find, now we'll try to find the values of x, which make the expression positive. The values of x, which make the expression positive. So firstly, okay, Muhammad.
بس هو سؤال واحد بس أنا عايز أسأله.
Okay, you can ask me anytime.
هو ال R minus close 3 ونيجاتيف وclose negative 3 هي ال open negative 3 open 3 ولا لا؟
Okay, I'll tell you the meaning of R minus and -3 and 3, but stay tuned with me. What I need in the domain, simply, what I need in the domain, I need the values which I can find. What are the values of x which I can find? So simply, 9 minus x squared must be positive, So I need the positive values. So to find the positive values, step number 1, put 9 minus x squared equals 0. Okay. Then the next step, because we have x is 3 and -3. Do you know, I'm not caring about the writing of the solution. It's R difference or R or interval. No, I'm not caring about it. Now I'm caring about how can we determine the sign of the function. So when x is -3, the value of the function is 0. When x is 3, the value of the function is 0. Now, I want to find the sign of the function if x is greater than 3. So take a value greater than 3, like 100, and put it in the function. It's 9 minus 100 squared. You know, a value greater than 3, I always say 100. So 9 minus 100 squared. 9 minus 100 squared. It will be 9 minus 10,000. So at the end, it will be negative. So all values to the right of 3, all the values to the right of 3 are negative values. The function is negative. And negative 3 makes the function equals 0. And when taking a value less than negative 3, like negative 100, and put negative 100 in this function, so it's 9 minus negative 100 squared, it will be negative. So all values to the left of negative 3 are negative. So now take a value between negative 3 and 3, like 1. 1 is between negative 3 and 3. And put this one in the function, 9 minus 1 squared. It will be 8. So all values in this part, all values are positive. Now go to the function again. What is the domain? What do you need? I need all positive values. So all positive values you need starts from negative 3 opened and less than 3 opened. So this is the domain. Okay, did you get it? Because we have 1 over the cubic root of what is written, I'm not caring about what is written. But we can find the cubic root of any negative value. We can find the cubic root of any positive value. But we can find the cubic root of 0. We have a problem in 0. Do you know why? Because 0 is in the denominator. So we will find all the exceptions. It's x squared minus 5x minus 6 equals 0. So we will factorize. It will be x minus 6 and x plus 1. So x minus 6 equals 0, x plus 1 equals 0. So x equals 6 and x equals negative 1. You know, we can find all values. So the domain will be our difference only 6 and minus 1. Do you know why? Because 6 and minus 1, both of them make the denominators equal to 0, and we couldn't find the cubic root. We can find the cubic root of 0, but 0 down in the denominator, we couldn't find it. It's meaningless. Okay?